to my CST friends. I think we'll wait for 2 more minutes, right? And we'll let others join. People are still joining this thing. Just one thing. Can any one of you confirm that you can see the screen and can listen to me? Hello, everyone. Good evening, especially to my ISP friends. And good morning to my CST friends. And just one more second. Yes, I can see now people have joined. Okay, very good. You can see my screen also. Thank you for confirming. Thank you so much. And welcome to our session to how to become a data scientist and how to expect from a data scientist career path. I think that's one of the biggest question I think that everybody's asking today is that, I have the zeal to do data science. I have to become a data scientist, but how is the track going to look like, right? Where am I going? Where I'm going, in this path, in this big tunnel, where I'm going, what is the right hand side of it? And what is that I'm going to do once I become a data scientist? So this webinar is going to clear a lot of your questions around, what is data science, machine learning, what is your job, what is your key roles and responsibilities, what is expected from you, and all these things, right? But before we go, let me introduce myself. I am Shivam, your session taker and lead for machine learning and AI courses at Intellipaat now. I have been in Intellipaat for now more than 5 years now. And I mean, with Intellipaat, and then total, I have now almost 12 years of experience now in machine learning analytics. And my recent, let's say, gigs have been around machine learning and deep learning. That's what I do here. My journey, I'll walk you through my journey, how I started my life, so that it can give you a boost that a non-tech people can also do. Especially some of my audience, some of you are, let's say, from non-tech background, or let's say not from computer science. Just to give you a confidence, I am also a non-computer science background guy, right? I did my engineering into electronics and communication. My first company was not even in machine learning. It was in analytics. I had a very good, let's say, grip on one of the programming languages, and I started there. I was working as an ERP consultant. Have you heard of ERP? SAP, sometime SAP or Microsoft Dynamics AX. It's a kind of tool that these large companies would have. Large companies like Fortune 50, Fortune 500 companies, right, who have offices in 150 plus countries, and they're operating and they're selling huge amount of, let's say, stuffs. They're like FMCGs. So these companies, let's say, handle their day-to-day operations, they have a tool called as ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. Everything is recorded there, right? Your sales, your raw materials, your purchases, whatever you're doing, what goes inside manufacturing, what comes out, they're recording everything. The problem is that now they have so much amount of data that they cannot even process it now. So I worked for a Fortune 500 company at my first gig, and I was helping them understand that, see, what are the basic things that we can save off. Now, I'll give you a very simple example of analytics that I did. See, I know some of you are here and you might be thinking that analytics is like, dealing in images, videos, speeches. No, analytics is anywhere where you're helping to solve a problem. That is analytics. Very simple. I'll tell you kind of problem that I was solving there. The company would, let's say, come to us and they would say to us that, tell us what are the potential products on which we should focus. Now, what would you understand about this term, potential products? What does it mean for you as a normal person? What does it mean? It means that we need to figure out from data that the products which have, let's say, good marginal, let's say, margins inside the market, right? They can generate profitable to us, but they are not doing as much selling as they should do, right? They have the potential, but they're not doing it. So we would identify them and we would tell it to our CFOs. The marketing team would, let's say, make these marketing around these items there, and they would boost it, right? So in data science, I can tell you two things very frankly there. One is that you will know the complete problem and you're solving a problem. Second thing, you can see the impact of what you have done, right? Now you would say that, Shivam, this happens in the regular software industry also, right? Sometimes not. I'll tell you, in software industry, you're more of a kind of a, let's say, order taker there. They say to you that make an app for me and do these functionalities, and that's it. And then you'll become a Java developer, or let's say an Android app developer or iOS developer. You'll become it. You'll make the app, and then you'll do all these stuff. You might know that what the problem you're solving, but you will never know what is the impact that you've generated, right? In data science, you'll know both the things. That's the power. In data science, you're not just learning about tools and technologies around mathematics and all this stuff. You are also understanding business, real business that people are doing. So that's I think the most wonderful two things that data science gives to you, right? After that, I went to this railroad logistic company in US. It is one of the largest rail transporters in US there. I'll try to draw some map of US here. So this is, let's say, your Canada, and this is, let's say, your US here. In this, I'm sorry, I'm very bad drawing here. And this is your Mexico, right? This is Mexico, this is USA, and this is your Canada. And here is Alaska here. In some bunches, it is Alaska here. So Alaska is a part of, those of you who don't know, Alaska is a part of United States only. And our company would, let's say, do the transportation of iron ores from Alaska to Texas here. It would come down here in this path. This is a huge path. This path is now very huge, and they would carry, let's say, very dangerous item with them, right? I mean, very inflammable, very toxic, let's say, sometimes iron ore, sometimes they would, let's say, transfer petroleum gases there, liquid petrolified gases there, sometimes liquid gases also there, sometimes petrol there. So they would carry all these stuff, and my company's let's say was a forte there in transforming in transferring all these things. Now you might think, where is data science required here? The problem is, when you travel to this path, right, this path is so huge that you have 8 major stops here. 8 major stops here, every place. As well as here is 8 major stations here in between, right? I am drawing only 4 just to represent. And at every station, because there are so much inflammable, let's say, flammable items there, that they would, let's say, go and manually check these things. So I'll give you an idea about what we're talking about. We're talking about, let's say, a train engine. There's this engine at the first thing, and then there are wagons attached to it. Around 40 wagons are attached to it. Now, wagons are different, can be of different nature based on what product they are traveling, what product they're carrying, right? So let's say if it is a petroleum gas which is going on, right? So it will be, let's say, a tank car in which the petroleum is being filled, or the kerosene, or the diesels is being filled, right? The gas is being filled. That is called as the tank car. Sometimes you'll have a flat car, right? A totally flat car is there, right? And the third kind of is Golconda car. So there are 17 types of cars there, and generally in a train they would carry only one type of car there, and they would have some 40 to 50 wagons attached to it. So it means 40 to 50 cars are attached to this train, and they're carrying some other stuff. The problem is, just imagine if you have to go and check for defects in every 50 wagon of this train now. Now, what can be the defects here? I'll give you an example. Let's say this is the tank car, which is, let's say, carrying the petroleum, let's say, right? So I'll give you some basic faults that can happen. Let's say the lid is not closed, right? The lid is not closed. Or let's say if the lid is closed, then the hose is not attached to it, right? These kinds of defects are being checked manually. The problem is that when you're checking these defects, right, you're wasting a lot of time. A lot of time is wasted, right? Almost around 40 minutes are wasted at every station. So it means in a whole trip, you are wasting 40 into 8 times you are wasting your this much amount of minutes are being wasted. So you would say now, Shivam, this is a very less amount, right? I mean, 40 into it is this is like it's like very less amount. The problem is no, this is a huge time that we're wasting, my friends, because there are only two tracks through which the trains can go, and because there is a train already on this track, they cannot release the second car, right? The train they cannot release the second train until and unless it reaches here. They cannot release this train there. That was the problem. This was becoming a huge bottleneck, and they wanted to reduce this 40 into 8 minutes into some reducible time. So we went there, we became the data scientist there. We said that, okay, we understood this thing, that, this is the train track. And when the track is coming, what we did is we installed a oval kind of a shape of a structure there. And the structure had, let's say, high-speed action cameras installed there. 8 high-speed action cameras were installed there. 3 on the sideways and 2 on the opposite, watching on the top opposite. So 8, let's say, high-speed action cameras were there, and whenever a train would cross, these high-speed action cameras would take the images of this train. We would say, what is happening? When you are taking, let's say, these snapshots. The thing is that whenever the train, let's say these images are captured, they are sent to a server here. They are sent to a server which is on the station only. And this server is doing 2 things. One, it is identifying what kind of a car it is. Identify what kind of a car it is. Is it a flat car? Is it a tank car, or what it is, right? What kind of a car it is. And once it is identified, the second thing is that, is the defect there or not, right? Is the defect there, yes or no? You have to tell it. Now what was happening is the train would come at a certain speed. The cameras would adjust their shutter speed based on the speed of the train, and they would snap the pictures. The pictures would get snapped on the server. We would know that, okay, there's a tank car which is coming in, and there is no defect. If there is no defect in the good case scenario, in the best case scenario, the train would take less than a minute to, let's say, do all these things as compared to 40 minutes. Right? Earlier they were taking 40 minutes. In the worst case scenario, let's say there is a defect. Let's say the car is, let's say, a 50 wagon car, and there are, let's say, 2 defects inside this car. This would again take only 1 minute, plus there will be a manual person who would go and check for these 2 specifically wagons only. That person will not inspect the other 48 wagons. He would leave them as it is, and he would just go and inspect the 2 defected cars there. He would correct them and he would come back. The time is that even in the worst case scenario, we are not sending the person to check everything. We are sending him to exactly where the wagon is defected, right? These images can tell you that, see, this is the defect and in which wagon it is happening. So let's say on wagon number 22, the defect is that let's say the lid is not closed. That's it. The person would go, close the lid, watch for other defects, and then come back. That's it. Now you might be thinking, oh yeah, very good example, but a little complicated because setting up all these hardware. Don't worry about hardware. It was not my job to set up the hardware. I just understood the whole process, but this was a hardware team who would do all these things. My job was this thing, identifying, making these models come around here, and then solving this problem there. Reducing a 40-minute task to let's say a less than 10 minutes, even in the worst case scenario, making it a 10-minute job there. Right? So again, why did I took this example? Because see, it is not just about some boring number that you're doing, some group buys and all, because the first example was this only, right? That you're studying what, some data around playing with it, right? No, it's not that boring also. Data science is very vast. You're playing with images sometimes, you're playing with video sometimes, you're playing with numbers also sometimes, right? It's up to the person where he wants to go, right? I started my career with numbers. I'll tell you, I started my career with numbers. I went more into numbers. I became a machine learning engineer from a data analyst. And then I became a deep learning engineer. I said that I want to learn these video specifically, right? And that I had to, especially in sports. So I went there, and now I'm a deep learning engineer from last now 6-7 years now. So that's the point. It is always a new thing that comes up. I think one of my friends has a very good question on chat. Sorry, I'm really apologetic about it. I'm in India these days now, and the sound is sorry for that. One of my friends has a very good question on chat. He says that if a new defect comes and what will you do? That's a very good point, actually. What we would do is that we never, give away the machine learning system. We would never say that, okay, let's say if you have made the machine learning model, you would never say that, okay, from today onwards, machine learning will do. No, there is a time which is called as A/B testing. Right, there's a time which is called as, let's say, A/B testing, in which you do both the things. You let your machine learning also do, and you let your human also do all these things, right? So in this way, we understood that the model is doing good. Now, regarding your question that you are saying that, that if a new defects come in, what happens? So what we do is we retrain the model. Centrally, we retrain the model, and at all the 8 stations, the new model will come up there. That is there. That's a very good question. I should tell you that if a new kind of defect comes up, obviously at the central location, if somebody informs us that, yeah, we have found a new kind of a defect there, obviously they would tell it to us, and we would retrain the model. And we would, let's say, apply it to all the 8 stations there. Does this answer your question, my friend? I think you were asking about this thing only, right? Second thing, this A/B testing keeps on going at a central level also. So what happens is that, all these daily reports, they go to a central team that is called as the QC team. And they would try to find out that, sometimes it might happen that there is no defect in the train, but the model is saying because of some weird problems which are happening, right? So both the things, when your model is saying, true positive and false negative, at both the cases, your A/B testing is happening in the background. Right, my friend? Okay, one of my friends is saying you are not audible. I am not audible. Can you please rejoin? Because others can hear me, right? Can you please? Okay, so that is what I wanted to tell you, right? That data science is not just numbers, right? Don't think that they're boring numbers and you're playing with them. No, it is about images, videos. It is up to you where you see yourself, right? Then I'll tell you about myself, what I went. And after then, I went ahead and I joined a consulting firm then. And there my job was to help my clients that where they are spending, can analytics be used, and can we stop them from spending a large amount of money, or let's say wastage of the money cannot happen. That was my job. So now you might be thinking that how can analytics help it? It can help. And we call it as, let's say, there are multiple ways in which you can do it, but I'll tell you my smallest way. So what we generally, when we go to the companies, we say that, okay, tell us that what is the most problematic product for you. So they told me that this is the problematic product. Please do tell us that how can we increase, our sales are not doing very bad. So we would understand that why the sales are not doing good. They say that our competitors are making the same product in a very cheaper way. And I said, then this is the R&D point, right? So they said, no, our R&D is also good, right? Our R&D is good. They have been working day and night to make this more optimized product, but still the competitors are doing it in a very short way. So we said that, okay, let's reverse break down this product and let's try to understand where's the problem. So we went inside, we checked the numbers of the machine, right? We calibrated, we simulate the numbers, and we try to see, okay, whether they're happening or not. And the numbers are really good. I mean, we were beating the competitor. In those numbers. Our machine was doing very good. But then why was it so costly? So we do a breakdown of the machine and we see that, okay, what are these items which is it made up of, right? And you would, let's say, understand the problem. So let's say this is the product that we are selling, which is the problematic product. This is called as product A. And this product A, let's say, is made up of A1, A2, A3, A4 products, right? You can know that let's say, even if you're making something, it is made up of multiple other things. So the company was, let's say, manufacturing a lot of things at home, but they were manufacturing A1 at home, A3 at home, and A4 at their own factories. But A2 was a small motor. It was a little complicated motor. So they were buying it from a third-party vendor there. So we went into this A1, A2, A3, and A4, and we found out that, yeah, that they were at the nominal price. We tried to do a landscaping across the competitors, and the competitors were also selling at the same price. So it was not a problem for us. We went inside this A2 motor, and we saw that we are buying it from some supplier, let's say supplier 1. We were buying it from a supplier 1. I went inside the data of this supplier one, and what we saw was very interesting. See, this is a motor. So the motors, they operate in something called as kilojoules, right? You can think of it kilojoules as, let's say, the capacity of a motor. So the more the kilojoules, the more heavy the motor is, the more heavy lifting the motor can do, right? It's a simple term. And this is the dollar value. So the more the kilojoules, the more expensive the motor is going to be. Very basic rule, right? I mean, everybody knows this thing. Now the problem, what was happening is, my friends, now look here, it's a very interesting problem. For cheap motors, this was the price. This was the price. This was the price. This was the price. But then suddenly this motor was very expensive. And then it went down and down and down again. If you look at this graph very carefully, my friends, the graph should look like this, right? Straight graph. The more kilojoules, the more money. The more kilojoules, the more money. But our graph was going like this. A certain motor was very expensive. And do you know the coincidence? This is exactly the same motor that we were buying from the supplier. The supplier suddenly, you know what he did is, because he knew that we were buying it from him, right? And this was the most selling motor, he bumped up this price to a very high position, right? You can just imagine it was so high that if you put this in on the same graph, this would cost them around $1.2, and they were selling it for $30. Just imagine the impact that it is bringing on us. So I told it to our team, and they said, oh, that's a good finding. They went back to the client, they went back to supplier, and they did a supplier negotiation. They said that, what is happening here? Tell us what is wrong with this thing. If you're buying, why is it that we cannot buy this thing? We'll start buying this stuff. And when when they confronted the supplier, he said, okay, yeah, that's there. And they brought somewhere near to this line only. I know that they couldn't bring it to 1.2, but I think they bought it to 0.4, I think. $1.4, they started buying the same motor again that they were buying for $30, and it brought our whole product down now. Complete product was now at the same range at our competitors what they were selling, and the market was being bring back. What I did here, I was looking out for insights inside my data, right? In the earlier, I was trying to solve a problem. Here, I was trying to find out the solutions inside the data, right? I know I drew this graph and all, and it looks very easy, but it took us a lot of time to analyze all the data, to analyze, suppliers, let's say bill booking was there, and then we have to make this graph. And then someday when you generate this graph, and I saw that, okay, this is I mean, stupidity level, next level stupidity, what is happening to us, right? And I informed, and then they went back, and the complete product came down. Everybody was happy. Correct? So data science is not again about data or again about images. It is anything that you can think of. And I have worked on a very different domains. So that's why I'm sharing my experience with you. I think thank you that some of you are liking this also. I think thank you. And that's why I do this session, right? I want to explain you that data science is a very wide application. I'll give you one more last example that I'm doing right now these days, and especially these days. I am working in this industry, the most fascinating industry that is called as the clothing one. And I work with my counterparts in Southeast Asia, especially not, let's say, South, I would say East Asia, especially in Korea and Japan, right? You know how Korea is growing, right? K-pop, K-culture, K-music, K-dance, everybody is behind Korea, right? Somehow. So Korea wants to take advantage of this thing. Korea wants to grow themselves. They want to bring themselves. It was very, they want to bring themselves as an international brand maker. So what companies are not doing is, companies are saying that, why should we also not come into it? Should we also not take advantage of this, time? So clothing industry I'm working, and I'll give you some small stats here. In 2010, how many clothing articles were you buying? Any rough number if you have? In 2010, in a total year, in a total year, how many articles of clothes that you are buying, including your shirts, jeans, t-shirts, socks, shoes, everything? Any number that you have in your mind? I'll tell you. Okay, people are saying 20. Exactly, they're very close. It's 23. 23 articles of clothing was bought in 2010. Now, can you tell me what was this number in 2019? Post-COVID, how much clothes you were buying? One of my friend is saying online, offline, both, count both, online, offline, anything that you wear. My friend says 50, 30, 40. Okay, I'll tell you, this average is 57. This 57 articles of clothing we are buying post-COVID. Oh, sorry, pre-COVID. We were buying pre-COVID there. It means it is more than one cloth per week. So what is happening? Is the quality of the clothes not good? No, the quality of the clothes is much better as compared to 10 years. It's still better. Than what is happening? Why are we buying so much of clothing articles? Why is this 23 not sufficient for us? And the answer is very simple. You all know the answer. Exactly. People are not wearing clothes now for that basic thing that we wanted to wear. Clothes were meant to, let's say, cover up somebody, was, let's say, to help us in extreme weathers. That is not what the job role of clothing is right now. There's one more element to it now. Now, brand and comfort, I agree, but there's one more thing. Trend. Everybody wants to wear the trending clothes. Everybody wants to wear what is the hottest trend which is happening right now in the market, right? And people do not want to repeat the clothes. Correct? I mean, in their homes, obviously they can, let's say, they want to repeat the clothes, but when they go out, they don't want people to see them in the same clothes that they saw them, let's say, a week ago. Correct? It's not a problem, I would say, but that's the new thing which has happened now. Your clothes are now your brand, right? Like they represent you. You wear a jacket, you wear a, let's say a woodland, let's say some heavy shoes, right? You have a very different image. Somebody might have, let's say, other sense of wearing these clothes. So the problem is now, yeah, they want to stay updated with the latest trade trends. Have you seen this this new this web series which has come up in market time? And sorry, I forgot this name. This game, right? The Squid Game. Yeah, Squid Game. Thank you. Squid Game, right? You see that this got released, and the next week we have T-shirts of Squid Game inside the market. They're already there, right? I hope all of you might have seen some or the other person wearing this squid shirt somewhere there, right? That's the thing, because clothing is now not about, let's say, protecting you from an extreme weather, or let's say trying to hide yourself. No, clothing has now one more job and responsibility to make you look trendy there, right? That's the second thing. So what is the problem then? How is analytics helping you here? So the problem is, my friend, see, clothing industry works in these stages. First of all, they do a lot of R&D. Then they convert into production. Once they finalize the product, they send this product to production, right? Once the production is done, they do a lot of sales and marketing, right? Marketing is done. Once this marketing is done, then you do SCM, which is called as supply chain. Supply chain means logistics. You have to bring the product from your factories to showrooms, to shops, to malls, right? To online markets. You have to bring them. That's called a supply chain. And then the end user wears that clothes, right? So this process used to earlier take 4 to 5 months easily. Was earlier 4 to 5 months easily. Now this takes 4 to 5 weeks, my friend. And I'm telling you, this is an average thing. But let's say if there is a trend of Squid Game kind of a thing, it is now less than 2 weeks. You will see the product already in the market there. You watch the web series a little later, you see the T-shirts first there, right? I'm not wrong, right? You all might have seen this thing. I know I'm a little old now. I don't watch all these stuff, but I think you might have listened and heard of these things. The millennial age, which is living right now, right, these days, who are controlling the economy now these days, they're very much fascinated by trend, and that is what companies want to shell on. Companies want to, let's say, bring their market on this thing. So what happens is, we have a lot of things to, let's say, do in SCM, right? And we have a lot of things to do in production. That how can we scale this up? In let's say sales and marketing, analytics is helping them that what is the correct target audience that we should target, right? Let's say that we have made this squid shirt, let's say T-shirts that we have made, right? So how are we going to, let's say, sell them? Who should see the ads? Let's say a 50-year-old person would never buy this T-shirt, right? Obviously. So there is no let's say there's no effort that we should put in there, right? We should send it to the correct audience that they should buy it at once, right? Your sales and marketing has this role in analytics. Their analytics can help them identify who are the correct person, who are the correct, let's say, genre of people, who are the correct, let's say, location people, right? In supply chain and management, we help them optimize this thing. This is called as optimization. Optimization, this is a very big field in supply chain management, that how are our products lined up that they get in the minimum time they reach to maximum people. That is called as optimization studies that we do in our supply chain management. That is the very interesting thing. So this is what I am doing right now these days. I am helping this clothing industry to understand. And if you want to understand more, right, I would say that search for these things called as fast fashion. Do a simple Google there and you'll understand what fast fashion is, how things they come up and blow up everything, right? We need to target the youth audience. Exactly, right? And I would not use the term youth, I would say the correct audience, right? For every product there is a correct audience. And I would say one more thing, my friend, don't underestimate this this 40 plus age also, right? Don't see, every product is made for a specific group, targeted group. And you all might see this thing on Facebook, Instagram, right? That what the ads you see on your Facebook are very completely different from your father who's just sitting next to you, right? Or let's say your sister, or let's say your brother who's sitting next to you. You both have a different profile, because they're not just analyzing your age and location, they're analyzing a lot of things about you, right? That's the thing. And everywhere analytics is helping. Everywhere analytics is there and they're helping you. Now you might have questions for me that, Shivam, wait a second. In this 30-minute of conversation that we have done, you have taken 4 names here. Now, what are these different 4 names that I've taken? One is data science. The second one is machine learning. The third one is deep learning, which I took. And the last one is AI, which I think I have not taken, but you might have heard of these things. Don't you feel sometimes confused that I have heard these names, all of them, but I don't know what is this, or they are the same name representing the same thing, or sorry, are they a different thing representing the same thing? What is this? Right? I'll explain you in a very shortest time that anybody can explain to you, right? Is data science is not today's thing, right? Don't think of it, let's say that it was born, let's say in 2015 or 2010. No, it is way longer than we think. Data science means that any kind of a science when you apply on data to generate insights from it, that is called as data science, right? That's it. Simple. If I am asking you what is the best selling product of ours, and if you tell it to me, that is that you got the insights from the data. You went into the sales, you went into the revenues, and you figured out that across all the countries, this product C is doing the best across revenue. So this is the best product, right? You are giving me an insight from data. That is called as data science. But data science was not efficient, right? I mean, it is okay, it is telling you from the historical things, right? But nobody is helping me predict the thing, right? Nobody is helping me understand that what is the forecasting, what is the next weather going to be for tomorrow, what is my sales going to be tomorrow, what is my next time series forecasting that I should do. Nobody is telling me this thing. That was done by machine learning. Machine learning said that based on historical data, I can help you predict the next thing, right? Now you might think that how is it happening? It is happening very simple. I'll explain it to you. Tell me, this is the graph. Tell me where will it go? It will go up or it will go down? Where will it go? Where do you think it should go, right? It should go for up or it should go for down? Okay, why is everybody saying down? Why suddenly is everybody saying down? Did you predicted something? Yes, exactly. This is what machine learning does. It will go down, but how did you say it will go down? Because you saw the historical pattern that this is what the graph has been doing for the ages, right? And that's why you said it will go down. This is exactly what machine learning does. Machine learning tries to understand from your historical behavior, right? From your historical behavior, it tries to understand that where will you go next. Make sense, right? But machine learning was very good with numbers only, right? It was very good with numbers only for numerical things. But in the world, we do not just have numerical things. We have images, we have videos, we have speeches, we have text. So if I say to you that if you have to do some kind of a prediction, but you have to do it on cognitive data. What is cognitive data? Something which requires your human senses, right? When you need to speak something, you need your mouth, that is speech. If you need to see something, that is your eyes, again a senses of your human body, right? You have to see a video, again eyes, right? You have to listen to something, speech, ears. So cognitive data is the second type of data which machine learning was not so efficient in doing. So that is why we came up with the approach called as deep learning. Not we, I would say scientists, they came up, research scientists, they come up with the approach called as deep learning, where they say that we have something, we can build something around the human brain and we can mimic how the human brain works, right? We can try to mimic how a human brain can work, right? And similarly, we can let's say produce a thing. So deep learning algorithms are really good in trying to predict the things, but for cognitive data. That's the third thing. And what is the fourth thing? Artificially intelligent things. What is this now? We've covered almost everything. Artificial intelligence is nothing but a complete end-to-end product that you have made. That is called as artificially intelligent product, right? That is called as artificially intelligent product, right? I'll give you one example. How many of you use Gmail for your day-to-day emailing or stuff? You might have encountered something called as Google Compose, right? I don't know if you can see my screen there, but okay, you can see it now. Okay, you can see here now, when you're writing something, right, it auto completes your sentence. See that it is auto completing your sentence there. So Google Compose is an artificially intelligent product there. It is artificially intelligent product can be made up of multiple deep learning algorithms, multiple machine learning algorithms, multiple, let's say, deep learning data science things right there. When you are making an end-to-end product, that is called as artificially intelligent product, right? It can be made up of either machine learning, either deep learning, or both of them, or data science, right? Multiple things happen there. That is called as artificially intelligent. And then we come to the last question. That's Shivam. Okay, very good, yaar. This is very, very good. I mean, I understand all these things and very good. But what I have to do to come up here, right? What I have to do to come up here. See, so now we'll talk about some job roles. The first one is data analyst. Somebody who would, let's say, read the data, understand the data, and try to find out the insights. Would, let's say, help businesses go for this thing, right? So for this thing, you need to learn how to read the data. That is SQL. You should know how to read the data. That is SQL. Second thing is, once you have understood that, once you have read the data, you need to do manipulations in the data, right? You need to edit the data in your file. For that, you need to either learn, let's say, Python, or either learn R there. These two programming languages are there. Or let's say, if you think that no, I am not a programming language guy, I don't know to program and something, so there are no code platforms also. There are some drag and drop options like Alteryx, right? K9 are there, which can help you to do this thing. Once you have done this thing, now what will you do? You will say, I will take it to my vice president and I'll show it to it. But the problem is, your vice president does not understand machine learning, or he does not understand data sciences. So you need to come up at a common ground where you can understand them, where you can help them understand in a very simple manner. And that is why we have something called as data visualization. Data visualizations means your dashboarding skills, where you can show your results to your senior stakeholders without letting them understand the data science. So there are tools like Tableau, there are tools like Power BI, which are there. And I think you might have seen this thing already, but let me show it to you how they look like. You might have heard of dashboards already. This is how a typical dashboard looks like. I'll just open it up. This is how it looks like. So you will have, let's say, a dashboard of your company, and now this your vice president can easily understand that, okay, this is the areas in which we are doing very good. These are the areas in which we want to, let's say, focus on. This is the product which is doing very well, right? Let me show you a good one here. Okay, this is very small. Actually, let me open it up. I think this would be, yeah. So see, this is how it looks like, right? All your product listings are here, all your units sold are here. So this becomes very easy for somebody who's from non-technical background and he has to take a decision based on your data, can quickly take care. So that's the third thing that a data analyst should know. Three things, definitely. Now, if you want to become much more advanced, let's say you want to say, no, I want to start learning, let's say machine learning. So then the first thing is you need to understand ML algorithms, right? ML algorithms. Then you would need a little bit of, let's say, linear mathematics, linear algebra mathematics, which is there. Linear mathematics there. Then you would need, let's say you say to me that you want some little bit things of statistics and probability also here. And if you say, no, I want to become much more advanced, so then you will have deep learning here. Deep learning will obviously have all these stuff here, all these things here, but it would also have, let's say, calculus level of mathematics there. So, right, it is all up to you, which is the most interesting thing for you, which is the thing that excites you the most, right? What are the things which are there, and then you can definitely choose it up there, right? I didn't wanted to show you these pages, and then make you, I just didn't want to scroll this up. I wanted to, let's say, bring this up more of an interactive session here. But I think whatever I shared here is exactly here. Here it is. See here. All of these things are here. I mean, obviously, we'll share this deck with you also. You can have this deck, but now I told you that you can have this, let's say, thing in your own customized way. Intellipaat has made these packages very small and very custom for you. Now you might say that, I want to see myself as a data analyst only, or somebody might say that, no, I am more towards ML part. You have a very customized session which is there for you, right? And you can choose from a list of all these sessions there. Highly available from, aggregated companies, aggregated institutes which are there, which are helping you. And I think to better talk about it, I have my friend who's going to help you understand all these courses and help you understand all these, how to avail them also. Yeah.
Yeah, hello all. Very good evening. I hope I am audible to everyone. I hope everyone can able to see my screen. Am I right? All right. Okay. Thank you, Mohammed. Yeah. All right. I hope am I audible to everyone? Am I audible? Can everyone able to see my screen? All right. Okay. Thank you, Ashish. Thank you, Ashish, for the response. Thank you, Ashish and Mohammed. Guys, let me introduce myself. I'm Satish. I'm one of the senior mentor with Intellipaat. I hold more than a decade and a year of experience into education consulting. And adding to it, I've mentored more than a million learners in my professional career as well. So, and my expertise strengths lies in the advising the learners on the right career path or the learning curve that he or she can able to follow it up depending upon their current or their future goals. It can be short-term or long-term goals precisely. And on top of it, I'm very good in understanding about each and everyone's profile. And depending upon their career goal, I can able to fit them on the right learning options too. Okay. And I'm just going to take just 10 minutes to 15 minutes of your valuable time. So to provide you a best lucrative option, what Intellipaat can able to offer to your kids for anyone who are looking out for a successful career transition, as well as to upgrade their skill sets into the technological curve of data science and AI. All right. Okay. So before that, if any questions, I request you to post it in the question box, okay, or the chat box over there. I'm more glad to answer it. and post my explanation with the right options. For sure, I'll be addressing each and everyone's questions, queries, or clarifications as well. Okay, and let's make that discussion highly interactive too. So before commencing it, I'd like to deliver my sincere thanks to Shivam for giving a complete detailed understanding about on what data science, why data science, what are the roles and responsibilities involved in the technology of data scientist, okay, as a data analyst, everything. I hope it was highly insightful for me. I hope the same would be there with you too. So let's deep dive into the our discussion now. So being a data science or technology of data science, what is data science? Data means information, science means analysis. Analysis of the information is precisely called as a data science. So any data, okay, any data, when we do the analysis and we can able to derive the business insights, or when we can able to derive some decisions, is called as a data science. Simple. The data can be of any format. It can be of a number format or a graphical format, or any kind of format, etc., or the database format, or the data is from a data source, or it can be of any format. Okay, if you can able to work on it, analyze it through few protocols or few principles, and we can able to derive the business insights, that is called as simply called as data science. So why data science? What is the necessity for data science today? Yes, so anyone can able to take data science. There are no any prerequisites that only IT people should take it, or non-IT people should take it. For sure, to be honest and transparent, non-IT people have always an upper hand towards the technology of data science and AI. Why? Because data science is all about mixture of three elements. One is the business, second is all about the mathematical essence, third is all about the technical knowledge. If these three things, and understanding the business data or understanding the companies or organization data technically, and deriving the solutions to overcome the challenges, is simply called as a data science, and that's the role of a data scientist also, right? Okay, and adding to it, is there any prerequisites required? For sure, no. Anybody can take up data science. Okay, and trust me, data science has expanded its professional horizons into IT as well as non-IT technologies. Let's take any organization, any industry, like manufacturing industry, product industry, service industry, e-commerce industry, supply chain industry, healthcare industry, BFSI industry, retail industry, okay, and media, or even in media or entertainment industry. Okay, how data science is used in media or entertainment? A simple logic I'll tell you. Let's take Netflix. Once you open the Netflix app, let's take you choose a genre. In the top, there'll be option to choose a genre. Let's take you're choosing the genre as war drama. You can be able to see various listings like Schindler's List, okay, or 1917, or any sort of epic war dramas you can see. And below that, there'll also be an option for you. People who have watched that have also considered watching this. There'll be a set of suggestions which will be offered by Netflix to you. What works on the recommendation engines works on, which is an integral part of data science today. So that is what data science plays its vital and significant role in each and every aspects of human's life, right? And that is why data science is also something where we can able to relate it in our daily day-to-day course or day-to-day life also. All right, so compiling everything, okay, for anyone who wants to make their switch their career into the technology of data science, the best option what Intellipaat can able to offer, or what as a senior mentor I would strongly recommend them is, once you go to our intellipaat.com, scroll down, you can able to see the heading called Data Science and Business Analytics. You can see the first thumbnail, course certification name, Advanced Certification in Data Science and AI, IIT Madras. Sorry, is it IIT Madras? Yes, for sure it's IIT Madras, because this program is offered in collaboration with Center for Continuing Education of IIT Madras with Intellipaat. All right, okay, and am I going to be a student of IIT Madras on taking up this certification? Yes, you're going to be the prestigious student, okay, and valuable student for of the CCE IIT Madras, precisely on taking up this online interactive certification. All right, okay, so what are the benefits I have on taking up this certification? Why this IIT Madras certification? Yes, point number one. See, whenever anyone is looking out for a career switch or looking forward to upskill themselves into the technology of data science and AI, okay, fine. And there are a few things expected among the enterprises. First, they would be checking on your what is the problem solving skills that you possess. which is a mandate requirement in all the MNCs today. And recruitments have become more niche today, such a manner that, okay, it's not something like as before where they see your profile to Naukri or Monster or any other job site, they just call you and they just fix an interview with the data scientist, then you are in. They issue the offer, then you're with the joining date. No, the recruitments are becoming more and more niche today pertaining to the analytics industry, where they'll be identifying and filtering yourself with reference to your problem solving skill sets. Right. So if the client is paying you money, okay, you have to be very clear on what you can get to the enterprise plates or the client's plates over there. And that's where you're going to be paid a lot. Right. So you should have a complete global perspective understanding on data science and AI today. Right. So your problem solving skills really matters a lot. Point number one. Second, hands-on experience. All right. What is that hands-on experience? Yes, you have to make your hands completely dirty enough, okay, to prove yourself that you're proficient in terms of to play with the data to the enterprises. Point number two. All right. And third is the, as an additive topic or as a feather on the cap, the IIT Madras recognition, which is global recognition, is going to play a significant role for you to unlock numerous milestones into the technology of data science and AI. All right. Okay. And I'm a non-IT guy. So would I be eligible to take up this course? Yeah, for sure, or 200%, you're more eligible to take up this course. As the program website or the program says, no prior programming knowledge required, guys. Reiterating it, no prior programming knowledge required, as everything is going to be taught to you from the scratch. All right, let's scroll down. First, let's deep dive into the content. Okay, what the technical university has for us to offer. Yes, content really matters a lot. Yes, module 1, preparatory sessions, Python and Linux. What I said, no prior programming knowledge required. So you'd be trained on the preparatory classes involving Python and Linux for the first initial 3 weeks or 4 weeks, which will mold you to get some good hold on the Python and Linux part. Second, it's all about Git. Git is completely a file transfer system. Python with data science, it's all about playing with the data using Python. And fourth is statistics, which involves commencing it from basic till advanced level. And fifth is called as machine learning and prediction algorithms. So machine learning is completely meant for you to write the algorithms, and with reference to the past, we can able to predict the future. That is called as a prediction analytics, or descriptive analytics is past analytics. Okay, prescriptive analytics is current stage, and predictive analytics is all about the future, what you can expect with reference to data patterns, which involves machine learning and data science at scale with PySpark in terms of processing the data with processing a huge amount of Teradata. How is that possibility? And AI deep learning is all about when you happen to play with the cognitive data like text or image or sound or video, you have to go ahead with the deep learning libraries and algorithms using TensorFlow model to get the or derive the business insights, and deploying machine learning models on cloud. You can save those predictions in the cloud today, which is a most advanced requirement in order to be authentic data analyst or data scientist, which is being offered. And data visualization with Tableau to derive the business insights, using lucrative and creative dashboards to derive the business insights for the enterprises, and data science industrial capstone project as well, and analysis using MS Excel, and data wrangling with SQL and NLP and its applications also play a significant role. All right, guys. All right, great. And next, other important information is, let's talk about the mentors. Okay, the mentors who are going to train you, are they from IIT Madras? Yes, for sure, they are from IIT Madras. You can see Dr. Arun, who is a professor from IIT Madras, Dr. Neerav, who is assistant professor from IIT Madras, Professor Babji Srinivasan, who is associate professor from IIT Madras, and adding to it, you can also see other data scientists who are going to train you, and Professor Shankar Narasimhan, who is a professor from IIT Madras. Okay, and adding to it, you can also see globally esteemed, well-esteemed data science consultants who are going to handle you as well. And you can also see the profile of Mr. Muthuswamy Manigandan, okay, who is the head of engineering in Amazon India. So the program mentorship is high-level practical, focusing only on 70% of practical knowledge, molding you to be an authentic expertise professional into the technology of data science and AI. So here it's 40% of the mentorship will be from the IIT Madras faculties, and 60% of the mentorship will be from the industry experts too. Why? Because only academic technical knowledge will not help you completely to reach the meaty roles or meaty job. you should also need to have a complete problem solving approach on a real-time basis. That is where the industry experts also comes into the picture. Trust me guys, this is not a program where the professor or the trainer is just going to put a PowerPoint slide and they're going to help you, and everything is completely intense practical as well, right? And would there be any projects? Yes, for sure there are a huge amount of projects, okay, if you're going to see it over here. And yeah, let's go through the key features first, right? So key highlights. Okay, this program covers 400 hours of applied learning, which involves 150 plus hours of live instructor-led interactive online classroom training with lifetime access to the session recordings and lifetime access to the course materials, numerous hands-on exercises, assignments, work exposure in 50 plus case studies and industrial projects, with industrial one capstone project with intense 100% job assistance, resume LinkedIn profile preparations, career mentorship, soft skills training, and on top of it, adding a icing to the cake, you'll be having 2 days campus immersion at IIT Madras, where no one can able to offer it in the global market except Intellipaat through the services of Intellipaat. All right, where each and every learner on completion of the program would be having an opportunity and interact with the well-esteemed faculties as well as the top-notch academicians pertaining to data science, and they can improvise their skill sets, the technology of data science. And 3 guaranteed assured interview calls. On top of it, this program holds a placement percentage of more than 96.7% too. With our through our award-winning job assistance team, our learners have got benefited also, right? And it's completely core designed for working professionals and freshers too. All right, okay. And now let's deep diving into the other most lucrative features. Guys, this is the certificate what each and every learner is entitled to get on taking up this program too. All right, okay, right. And next, other important is all about the roles. Okay, what roles I can expect in order to be a data science and AI professional? Guys, these are the common roles what everyone or anyone can expect in if you're planning to enter into the data science and AI sector. So senior business analyst, I'm a fresher to data science. How I can be a senior business analyst? Yes, it's possible, right? And also, or if not, you can also lay a strong career path or a right designation path towards the roles of a data analyst or a business analyst. So at the end of the day, these are the roles that you can able to target in the upcoming years, in order to be a successful professional to play with the data, right? And adding to it, if you could see, trust me guys, today 95% of the MNCs are outsourcing MNCs. In one project, if they use one skill sets, next project they might be using the other skill. So that is what, okay, this prestigious program makes you work on all the essential skill sets in order to be a data scientist. And this program also covers or makes you to work on 20 plus different tools in order to be authentic professional into the technology of data science and AI. Right. And just next on top of it, as I said before, program covers 40 plus 250 real-time projects with the industrial capstone. And we also have a exceptional feature which is called as a peer learning. So peer learning is nothing but fellow batchmates interaction. See, even though we believe our industry experts can help you to reach your career goals, we also believe that fellow batchmates mutual interaction would be enhancing your learning experience. For example, let's see. All right, okay, you have an option, okay, in a common platform where there's an option for hackathons. You can work in a group or projects or assignments, everything, and some major announcements can be posted over there. And there's also a platform for collaborative learning. And on top of it, guys, this program is completely a global centric batch. You can learn and you can be able to interact with people from diverse nationalities like US, UK, Australia, Canada, Middle East, East Asian countries as well. All right. And you can also see about career services info will also be posted over there. All right. And this is all the peer learning. And finally, am I eligible to get a job? Okay, yes. Intellipaat offers intense 100% job assistance facilities too, right? Where a career services team is there for you to hold your hands, and there'll also be a dedicated learning manager upon signing up for the program, where we will be holding your hands throughout their journey. And this career services part is usually comprised of 3 verticals precisely. One is a job assistance, second one is an interview preparation, and third one is a profile building. All right, okay. So, and let's talk about profile building. Okay, first of all, this program upon the completion of the program, where each and every learner will be participated in the job assistance part, where they will be helped to build their own resume and own LinkedIn profile, irrespective, even after you complete come from a diverse or different background, you will be helping you to build your resume and build your LinkedIn profile in a more structured manner. And we help you to build your LinkedIn profile also. so that we help you to build a core professional story. And then we also arrange some most exclusive career oriented sessions as well, to gain the knowledge and experience on how to build the skills, okay, for hiring managers. And we also prepare you for the interview through our explicit soft skills training, as well as leadership skills training, interpersonal skills training. And we also offer one-on-one career mentoring sessions on how to you can plan your career graph, what are the geographies that you can look forward to, what are the industries you can focus. Everything will be your complete detailed career mentorship will be given. And then we also conduct some mock interview preparations. We also help you to conduct some mock interviews as well, so that you can practice yourself, so that you can easily crack the mock interviews without any ease during the interviews. And then we outsource a CV, and we guarantee 3 interview calls as well. So it might be sounding cliche, how 3 guaranteed interviews? Yes. Why only 3? Yes, our learners have got 6 to 7 interview calls also, but because IT or any industry is not a domain where just through a word of mouth you can get a job. You should have a complete justifying or convincing profile to the enterprises, for the enterprises to, so that they can shortlist your profile. So that is what we focus on over here. And next, you can also see about our alumni workset. Can you see the list of companies where our alumni would be working? Right, you can see a various list of organizations where our alumni can work at. You can see NASDAQ, Ericsson, Adobe, Amazon, Saint Gobain, Cisco, right? And on top of it, which I wanted to show you is for your career transition, you can see various professionals who was associate consultant, got a job role as a senior software engineer. Rajesh Pratik Kumar from a product manager, from marketing manager, who's from a non-IT to a product manager, and technical analyst to a senior technical analyst. This is a profile of upskilling, guys. And non-tech to a data scientist. This is for you guys. If anyone is from non-IT industry, customer service agent to a data scientist. Mr. Melvin Rodriguez, how he has done a successful career transition on taking up this program. You can have a look at it of civil engineer graduate to a machine learning engineer, how explicit career transition works, right? And BCom graduate to a data scientist. Can you even imagine? Yes, this is happening, and this we acted as a pivot for these people to help them reach their career goals, right? And Mahesh Chaudhary from non-tech to a tech. All right, and adding to it, you can also for upskilling. What is a high percentage that they have received from Delas? As I said before, this is a global centric batch, right? And adding to it, from a manager to a data scientist. Okay, and Nischay Agarwal from a data engineer, from a fresher to a data scientist or a data engineer. All right, from a consultant to a program manager. So like this, from a lecturer or a teacher, okay, to a data scientist. Got it, guys? So what is it? Offers, the options are plenty for you, which you can able to choose it. So, and this is all about the prestigious program. And now, before telling you about the course fees and scholarship options, I'd like to clarify the questions if anyone has any. All right, any questions? You can post your questions now. I'm more glad to answer it. Yes, Ashish, this is a part of the webinar. As a mentor, I'm just giving you an option that what you can consider to upskill yourself in the technology of data science. And this presentation is also part of this data science webinar. Yeah. All right, Karan, I understood. You were asking about fees, which we are going to have a discussion, no? All right, I hope no one is having any questions. Let me deep dive into the course fees. All right. Okay, I just had a question. Is coding from Mohammed? Is coding necessarily required for data science? No, Mohammed, coding is not required. Anybody can able to take up the training program, because everything is going to be taught to you from the scratch. And Python is one of the most easiest programming language that anyone can easily afford it and learn it, because it's open source. So everything will be completely an experiential learning. For sure, you're good to go ahead to learn or enter into this technology of data science. I hope that answers your query. Yeah. All right. Let me tell you about the course fee. Okay. The course fee for this program is 99,000 plus taxes. That's all, which comes to 1,16,530. An early bird discount of 5,000 rupees is available for the people who are all enrolling. Okay. And for exclusively only for the webinar participants, out of 40 to 50 people who have participated in this webinar from diverse nationalities, among this first 6 participants who are willing to enroll for this program before tonight 12 are entitled to get a coupon worth 20,000 rupees. So 20,000 plus 5,000, totally they are entitled to get 25,000 rupees flat discount only for the exclusive learners okay, or participants who are willing to enroll for this program tonight before 12. All right. So if you wanted to reach out to me, you can make use of my contact info. My name is Satish. This is my contact info mobile number. Okay, and this is my email ID. You can drop an email to connect, or if you feel that you can also ping in WhatsApp, where we can have a WhatsApp call post this discussion also. I'm available too. And any queries or any clarification, if you wanted to get better, more clarity in terms of counseling, in terms of designing or choosing the right career path or right learning path or anything, if you have anything, okay, I request you to post your queries over here. All right, post your queries. You can reach out to me on any of these options. For everyone's notice, I'm also posting it over here for everyone's notice. Once again, yeah, you can reach out to me, the contact info, or you can ping WhatsApp me also. Yeah, right. I hope everyone can got my contact info. And adding to it, you can just have a look at it or the program, so to get the feel. And you can reach out to me without any hesitation. I'm available post this webinar also. But trust me, guys, scholarship works on first come first serve basis. This is not a sales call, or this is not a sales demo or a marketing demo. It might be sounding cliche, but we just wanted to make sure that every learner or every participant on this webinar should get benefited on it, right? And so I request you everyone to make use of this too. Any queries, any clarifications, you can reach out to me directly, guys. Any questions, guys? That's all. Any questions? Nothing from my side. I'm more glad to answer your questions now. Any questions? You can post it over here. I'm available. All right, Ashish. Yes, for sure. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I'll answer each and everyone's queries. First of all, Ashish, for sure, the what is it? Recordings will be shared, or you can just drop a WhatsApp text to me from your official mobile number. Okay, or from your number, you can just drop me a WhatsApp text. You can remind me. I can help you to do it. I can share the recordings. Current installments, yes, installments is available. Which we can have a discussion post or post this webinar. You can call me or you can reach out to me, okay, where we can have a detailed discussion. What will be the duration of the program, Mohammed? It's 7 months, including guaranteed interview calls, including everything. It's just 7 months, yes, which we can have a more discussion upon completion of this webinar also. You're more glad to reach out to me over a WhatsApp or over a call, okay. We'll have a detailed discussion. Yes, any other questions, guys, from anyone? I'm more glad to answer. All right, guys, thanks a lot for your valuable time. Okay, see you in the next webinar. Right, I am looking forward to come up with various queries and clarifications as well. Yeah, thank you, guys. Thanks a lot.